Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is called She's Out of My League. Now, most men have said this at least once in their life. You see a drop-dead gorgeous woman that's just your type. Pretty face, beautiful hair, gorgeous body, dresses in the style you like. I mean, she's everything you've ever dreamed of. Everything inside of you is saying, she's perfect. If only I could get a girl like her. But at the same time, your brain is also telling you, she's out of my league. There's no way she'd be interested in a guy like me. Besides, she probably has a boyfriend. A girl like that probably has all the boys after her. Men really shoot themselves in the foot with this mindset, when they think in terms of leagues when it comes to women. They immediately remove themselves from a potential date with her, and it's not necessarily because she's out of their league, but because they won't even try, because they believe she's out of their league. Now, maybe she will shoot you down, or maybe she won't. You'll never know unless you go up and talk to her. Some of you would be surprised to learn that many beautiful women are actually lonely women. I realize that's hard to believe, but the truth is, men are just afraid to talk to them for that exact same reason. They think she's out of their league and probably has a boyfriend anyway, so why bother risking getting rejected, right? So many men place these beautiful women up on a pedestal and see them as some unattainable goddess that wouldn't give them the time of day. I actually once met this woman while out one night. Turned out she was about 35 or so, and just a total knockout. Now, for full disclosure, I am not a pickup artist, but I did go over and talk to this girl. She just happened to be standing at the bar while I was getting a drink. I made some dumb joke and she laughed and we started talking. And I ended up going out with her one time, but it wasn't a match and I didn't pursue it any further. But my point with this is, she told me that I was the first guy to ever ask for her number while out, that she's rarely approached while out. Now, like I'm sure you're doing right now, I found this very hard to believe. I mean, she was a gorgeous 35-year-old woman in a major metropolitan city. I mean, how could this be? But she swore up and down that it was the God's honest truth. It really had an effect on her self-esteem. She thought maybe something was wrong with her. Now, of course, she dated men, but she typically met them through friends or through work. You'd be surprised how many beautiful women out there who would just love for a confident man to walk over to them and strike up a conversation. And you could be that guy if you just sack up and approach her. Now, I know it's scary sometimes, but that's because you're attached to an outcome and you fear rejection. I've noticed that when I'm trying to pick up girls, I'm far more nervous because, like I said, I get attached to an outcome. However, when I really don't care, when I'm just having a little fun in the moment, I'm not attached to anything. Then I'm just smooth like butter without even trying, without trying to come up with the perfect witty thing to say to her. There's been times when I didn't even realize that I was picking up a girl. I mean, I'm just talking and laughing with her, and suddenly I realize, oh damn, I should get this girl's number. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing some ways to get the idea of leagues out of your head so you can more confidently talk to the women that you're actually attracted to, and perhaps even get some dates with these women. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. My coaching options include several phone coaching packages for my North American clients and several Zoom coaching packages for my clients outside North America. And I'll post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Now, you really want to get into the practice of not allowing a woman's beauty to have such a big effect on you. When you do allow her beauty to have such an effect on you, you're actually putting her onto a pedestal. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that pedestalizing women works against you. It puts her in the position of power over you. And women only choose men who they look up to with respect and admiration. And when she's on that pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you since you put her so far above you. Women like to feel like they have a catch in a man, like she's the luckiest girl in the world to have such a high-value man to be interested in her. Obviously, she can't do that if you worship the ground that she walks on. So while there's nothing wrong with feeling that she's just absolutely beautiful, I mean, you can't help that. But you can't place her beauty above your own self-worth. I did a video not that long ago. I think it was called The Key Mindset to Attracting Beautiful Women, something like that. And in it, I talk about one of the most attractive traits in a man is that he feels and acts if he's deserving of her love and attention. As the video title stated, this mindset is key. If you go in thinking that you're undeserving, that you're not worthy, that she's going to end up believing you, either now or later. As I often say, you must see yourself as the prize. This is not to say that she's beneath you or less than you, only that you must think of yourself like she's lucky to have your attention or your love, and that she's no better than you are. Besides having that prize mentality, what else can you do to kind of level the playing field in your mind and bring that beautiful woman back down to your level so you don't feel so intimidated by her beauty? Well, there are a few things that you could do. Now, one important thing that you should do, and this kind of sounds bad on the surface, but that is to notice her flaws. Oftentimes when we see a drop-dead gorgeous woman, we just zero in on her beauty. All we see is that pretty face or that incredible body. It's like everything else is just invisible to us. We don't notice that she's, say, bow-legged, or that she has cottage cheese cellulite in the back of her thighs, or that she talks like she has a 5th grade education. We're just completely hypnotized by her beauty. And we're taught that none of that should matter when it comes to women, that men are terribly shallow for having standards at all. But that's all BS. When you notice these flaws, it tends to bring her back down to earth and join the rest of us. Now she's not such a goddess of perfection. She's no different than the rest of us. She just happened to be blessed with good genes, or maybe good with makeup in a fashion sense. As disgusting as it may sound, always remember that beautiful women shit and fart just like the rest of us. They're human beings, and they should be seen as such. And believe it or not, women don't respect men who worship them. I mean, sure, they might like it on the surface because it gives them all the power and validates them and makes them feel great. But they will never get involved with a guy who treats her like this. If you treat her like a celebrity, she'll treat you like a fan. And celebrities, they don't date or sleep with their fans. I mentioned men who have standards. Now, this is something else that you need to have. Many men are just so happy that a woman is talking to them and giving them attention that they'll take pretty much whatever they can get. They'll look past all of those things that they don't like just to keep her attention. As I just mentioned, we've been conditioned to accept women for who they are no matter what. And that's true to some extent. I mean, but that doesn't mean that you have to date those women. Yes, women are women, and you all need to learn to accept who they are. Their nature is not going to change, at least not in our lifetime, and being angry about that isn't going to change anything. However, you do want to have standards and actually stick to them. As an example, any woman whom I date, she must be a lady. If a woman is the type who, hikes up her skirt to squat and pee in the alley after leaving a bar, if she swears like a sailor, if she's covered in tattoos, if she gets sloppy drunk or if she drinks too often, if she's the type who sits with her legs spread like she's a man, that's all a big fat no for me. I mean, I might sleep with a woman like that, and I have, but that would be the extent of it. Now, that's just one of my standards, but my point is that not only do you filter out women not good for you this way, that you see that they're not above you, but when you do see an attractive woman who clearly doesn't meet your standards, it's a good opportunity to go and talk to her anyway. Not because you want to date her necessarily, but it's a good way to help defeat your approach anxiety and your fear of rejection. After all, she's still an attractive woman, and talking to any woman is good practice. So when you do see that woman that you just have to talk to, you won't be frozen in fear and all tongue-tied. And finally, practice rejecting women. Now, say you start chatting up that beautiful girl and you realize that she doesn't meet your standards. You know that you could get her number and potentially get her out on a date. But instead, make it known that you're just not interested. I mean, don't be rude about it or anything. Just a polite no thank you will do just fine. And just knowing that you have the confidence to pick and choose will increase your confidence even more. And women will sense that in you, making you even more attractive to them. And the thing about this is, besides what I just mentioned, is women in life, women are the choosers. And by you doing this, or at least having the ability to reject the women who don't meet your standards, it flips the script on them. Now they're qualifying themselves to you, and if they like you, if they feel attraction for you, they will be trying to get your approval. So these are just a few ways to bring her back into your league. And now she doesn't seem like such an untouchable goddess who would never give you the time of day. I've seen some really average looking guys dating some extremely beautiful women. And while most of you would say that it's because he's rich, and that might be part of it, but I would say it's because he has a high self-worth and doesn't put her on a pedestal. So, if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I'd also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page. Oh, and I also have some other goodies and offers for you too, but I also have a link to PayPal or my Bitcoin wallet address if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.